Hello, I'm speaking to you again about issues that are facing UUP and challenges that we are dealing with. My original plan was to discuss recent events at the legislature that could very well make our lives better as unionists and as employees of SUNY. However, events at the Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina have impelled me to speak on a very different topic. Once again, we see racism in America creating an intensely violent event that in a most horrific way has cost the lives of at least 9 of our sisters and brothers. At some point in time, when one deals with such events, you have to ask yourself just what kind of nation we live in. When this level of violence continues on, and you ask yourself, when will it stop? And it is also not just the sudden gunfire type of violence. It's the violence that is seen in the massive numbers of incarcerated African American, Latino, and Native Americans in our nation's prisons, in the addiction and suicide rates, the loss of life and hope in our urban communities that goes on and on. This is the nation we live in, and it has been this type of nation for far too long. Those of us who work at the State University of New York have a unique opportunity in this regard. For too long, the leaders of our university and our state have spoken about higher education as being something that can change individual lives by making their employment opportunities better. Though certainly the university must serve a role in educating and preparing people for a working future, I think it's imperative that our university serve a much bigger and sacred role, and that is to be an agent of change in our society, specifically when it comes to the continuing scourge of racism. The State University of New York, like all universities, can change the world if the leaders of the university and those of us who work in these universities choose to do so. That is the challenge I bring to you today. It is also a challenge for us as unionists. United University Professions will do everything it can, today and every day, to earn for each individual the best working conditions and compensation that we can. However, UUP must also have a bigger vision and a much broader ambition, and that is to change this world that we live in. As long as I am your president, this ambition will be held dear by all of us who are responsible for leading the nation's largest higher education union. As Robert Kennedy said the night that Martin Luther King was assassinated, I ask you to say a prayer for our nation and for our people. It is imperative that we as a nation come together in order to create for our children and our grandchildren a more just and peaceful world. Thank you.